there's this guy.
So there's this guy.
So there's this guy.
So there's this guy.
So there's this guy.
I'm just worried he might be losing his grip on reality.
This last year, he's shown some concerning behavior.
It's getting worse and worse every year.
You can tell me if you think he needs an intervention.
9 years ago, we started this Oscar party.
A few years in, we had the idea of adding a host.
He volunteered immediately. Like, immediately.
It was supposed to be someone new each year.
Once he got a taste of that attention, it was impossible to get him to pass the torch.
Every year we tried, but he always had an excuse.
He told me that no one would be able to hear me because my voice is
He told me I wasn't funny enough. Me!
He told everyone my feet were too big, but like, what the fuck? Everybody loves my feet on YouTube. Highest viewed clip on the Oscar YouTube channel, my feet in the bathtub.
After a few years of hosting, the power really went to his head.
I heard he even kicked Olivia Taylor off the Oscar committee.
Don't get me wrong, it's not like he was a bad host.
He was just having a really hard time getting out of character the rest of the year.
roast started getting more personal, and the last couple of years, he's continued on with them after Oscars night.
He roasted me last year, called me a skinny-legged bitch, and continued to do it all year long, even on my birthday. Do these look skinny to you?
Do you remember how my husband had cancer? He roasted him for it.
He makes fun of his friends for 45 minutes once a year and thinks he's made it as a professional comedian.
Oh, do you want to know what his book recommendations were for me this year?
His physical bullying to get a laugh is really getting out of control.
A Very Punchable Face by Colin Jost.
I almost ended up in Instacare after he slapped that ping pong ball into my eye. And what's worse is the emotional trauma. He laughed.
My Horizontal Life by Chelsea Handler.
This guy had the audacity to swat a full plate of food out of my hands in front of everybody.
Why Not Me by Mindy Kaling.
Out of nowhere, he just jammed a big handful of Cheerios in my face, like he was whitewashing me.
He's a bully.
And Yes Please by Amy Poehler. Do you see a theme here? I can't wait until he recommends a draft of his own autobiography.
I can see it now. My party, my glory. There are some things that are even more concerning.
Don't even get me started about the poolside incident.
He's been trying to convince everyone that Cafe Espresso used him as inspiration for their Dad Blaster sticker.
Oh, he loves that goddamn sticker.
I'm not supposed to know this, but I heard he paid Mike Taylor to draw up that picture and then he printed it and passed it all around the city.
Sometimes I wonder, is he like trying to physically become Oscar?
Out of nowhere, a few months ago, he told me to redo the Oscar statue, and he brought me some weird additions.
Does he think he's Oscar?
I'll just say, Oscar definitely had an influence on his wardrobe this year.
This guy, he had the nerve to show up to several parties wearing head-to-toe gold.
You're so golden.
Look, everything I tell you is confidential, right? So I guess I can tell you his name.
Parker.
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 John Parker Paulson.
Does he drive a Tesla that has a vanity plate that says Oscar King? It sounds like he could have something called fictional unconscious condition with a known egocentric reality, also known as fucker.
Look, I'm in social work. I've known this guy was a fucker for years.
These individuals feel the presence of a distinct fictitious identity. It's a very rare condition that I've never seen in practice, but it can present in the form of the self-aggrandizing behavior that you've been describing. At its most advanced stages, these individuals can become completely detached from reality. I can't diagnose him quite yet, but let's keep an eye on him for another year and see how he does.